Numbers of parallel worlds and duplicate personalities are waiting for them. These personalities have messed up their lives because they are countless. This movie opens up with Vanessa, who is looking out the window of a house in the woods when, all of a sudden, a bird flies through the glass and scares her. Vanessa and Alex, her husband, both go outside to look at the body. Alex tries to comfort Vanessa by holding her hand. She just walks away though. Afterward, Vanessa tells Alex and Martel that she heard a loud noise coming from the forest last night that sounded like an explosion. There were rumors that strange experiments were being done inside a building in the forest that Martel talks about. It was shut down because people were going missing there, so now the forest should be claimed for preservation. Alex thinks that their dad made up the story because he left them. Alex doesn't believe that their dad was looking for anything, but Martel does. She then decides she needs some alone time and gets ready to go for a walk in the woods. Martel gives her a gun to protect herself from wild animals and asks the couple if they have decided to sell the house yet. Alex says they're thinking about it, but Vanessa doesn't agree. This leads to a fight and Vanessa storms off in a huff. Alex follows her and tells her that his brother is just trying to help them move on. Vanessa then asks Alex if he wishes she had died that night instead of their son. Forgive herself for the car accident, Alex says, because he doesn't want to lose her again. But Vanessa just leaves him for a hike. Vanessa takes a boat across the lake and then walks around in the forest for a while. She finally takes a break and closes her eyes. Then she hears a sound nearby. As soon as she moves to look into it, someone shoots at her. She quickly hides behind a tree and shoots back, hitting the person in the leg. But when she looks through the scope, she is shocked to see that the unknown shooter is actually her. She is now leaving. There have been 2 hours since Vanessa was last seen in the forest. Alex is worried at home and tries to call her on the radio, but Vanessa doesn't answer. She comes back right away and looks very upset. When Alex tries to ask her what happened, she just says she saw a bear and runs inside. When Alex goes after her, he sees her crying. He begs her to talk and tells her that she keeps running away from him. He's moving on too quickly, Vanessa says, and he acts like he wants a normal life when they can't have one. Vanessa remembers what happened after she kicked him out and looks through her suitcase for her medicine, which comes in yellow bottles. But she doesn't take it in the end. Vanessa is watching TV in the evening when Alex tells her that Martel is grilling outside and she should come over. Vanessa doesn't want to go at first, but she changes her mind in the end. She sees some physics equations on a board on her way out. Martel tells the story of the time their dad took them fishing and Martel almost drowned over dinner. He tells them that he changed the way he thought about life. He started to drink at first, but then he realized that humans have no control over anything and the choice has already been made. It's not a mistake, he just learned from it, and he's been sober for years now. Vanessa feels like she is being talked down to, so she gets up and packs her things to leave. When Martel tries to help her, she burns his hand and has to run inside to take care of it. Then Vanessa goes back inside, where she finds Martel making himself a whiskey drink. She goes up to him right away and asks him if everything he said about quitting was a lie. But she looks down and sees that his burn is already better. He tells them it wasn't as bad as they thought and chooses to go for a walk. Vanessa is shocked to see Martel walking toward her with a bandaged hand when she turns around. She runs to her room in shock. That night, Vanessa couldn't sleep because what she saw in the forest kept going through her mind. She chooses to get a gun and go for another walk to find out what's going on. She goes deep into the forest and finds a broken fence with blood on it. The woman she shot before may have left the blood there. Even though there are warning signs, Vanessa jumps the fence and walks down a path that leads to a natural tree arch. She crosses it and sees a tree on the ground. She keeps looking around the area. She walks around for a while and then finds the arch again. When she looks through it, she is shocked to see the same downed tree. She freaks out when she looks back and sees the same thing. Before she leaves, she ties her scarf around a branch to mark the trees for when she needs to find the rest of the forest. She runs into the arch again a short time later, but this time her scarf is gone. Vanessa tries to follow her own marks back, but they are no longer there. Running around only gets her back to the arch, so Vanessa finally makes up her mind to leave. She crosses the fence again without noticing that the blood is gone. She finally tells Alex what she saw when she got home, but Alex doesn't believe her. His dad used to sound crazy, and he thinks she does too. He begs her to take her medicine. Vanessa hits Alex when he tries to talk about their son, but Alex keeps talking. He says he's sorry a lot of times and wonders if she wishes he had died instead of their child. He talks about the accident as if he were driving. Vanessa is very upset because her son died while she was driving, but Alex tells her she's crazy and tells her to take her medicine when she tries to say that. Vanessa is shocked to see that the bottle he gives her is blue. He walks in with a bandage on his left hand at that very moment, but Vanessa remembers that he hurt his right hand. Vanessa runs back to the forest, scared, and doesn't pay attention to the guy's worried words. She looks in the trees but can't find any of her marks. As she gets closer to the arch, she sees someone sneaking around in the bushes. Vanessa hides right away and points her gun at the unknown person, telling them to come out. Alex then walks out with his hands raised and tells her he's not her husband but an Alex from another world. Vanessa is wary of him because he isn't wearing a wedding ring, but Alex tells her he won't hurt her and gets her to talk. Then Alex takes her to his small campfire and pulls out some cigarettes. Vanessa is shocked because Alex doesn't smoke with her. Alex tells them that the forest is linked to many universes and that their other selves are slightly different in each one, with things like different haircuts and scars. Alex has been stuck here for a while and has been to many universes, so he came up with a theory. While pulling out a notebook with the same drawings Vanessa saw on the board, he tells her that the forest is where it all starts and that there are 4 places in each square where she can cross. This Alex is also a physicist, but Vanessa never got her PhD and is now a math teacher. But what shocks her most about Alex is that Vanessa left him after they lost their son, but he misses her and wants to find her badly. Vanessa wants to know if Alex says he can't find a universe where their son is still alive. The boy either died in the car accident or never existed everywhere he went. After that, Alex comes up with a way to get back to where they started. He wants to tie a piece of fishing wire to the tree they are standing on and take the other end with him while they explore. If they follow the wire back to the starting point, they should be able to find their way back. They will need more than what he has though, so they choose to go to the house of the first universe they enter. They sneak into the garage and find more wire and some explosives. Martel suddenly jumps out and starts crying. He tells them to stop bothering him because he knows they're not real because he buried their bodies. In this world, Martel was driving when the accident happened that killed Alex and Vanessa, who were 8 months pregnant at the time. Martel thinks that their ghosts have kept showing up in the house since then, but he's probably seen different versions of the couple from other worlds. Before going back to the forest, Alex and Vanessa tell Martel to be nice to himself. To talk to each other, they set up the wire and agreed on code words. Alex's son stayed in hospital room 1A111, bed 8 for 3 months. Alex talks about how he got lost in the forest before he left. One afternoon, he went into the house because he heard some strange noises and found 2 Martels fighting. Alex went after them as they ran away from the house. A Martel told him that their dad was right before he and the other one ran off into the forest. Alex tried to follow them but got lost. Vanessa then tells him about how she shot herself. After that, they kiss and Alex leaves in the middle of the night. Vanessa quickly moved when she saw Alex coming the next morning. She said, "Room 1A111," and he replied, "Bed 8," to make sure it was the same person. Alex says he found a version of himself, Vanessa, and Martel that was a happy family. But when Vanessa saw him, she passed out, so he had to run away. Besides that, he says he's learned how to get around in the multiverse and has brought the explosives from the garage to blow up each doorway to other worlds so they can't go back to the wrong ones. Because of the time difference, Vanessa knows that the sound she heard at the beginning Alex leaves again that night, and after a few hours, the wire starts to shake. When Vanessa whispers the code, no one answers, so she puts out the fire and goes to find out what's going on. She follows the wire to the house and finds Alex passed out on the counter. He doesn't get it when she talks about the code, but he does understand when she talks about her going into the woods. Vanessa asked Alex what hand Martel got burned, and when he said the right one, Vanessa knew she was back in her own world and gave him a hug. When Vanessa turns around, Alex breaks a bottle on her head to knock her out. At that very moment, Martel walks in. After a few minutes, Vanessa wakes up in the garage, tied to a chair. Martel is trying to stop Alex from shooting her because he doesn't believe she is Vanessa. Alex tells them he's already killed her when they see her awake. He then shows them a body nearby. Vanessa, with the gunshot wound, came to the house thinking it was hers. Alex thinks that the dead Vanessa is his and that this one is just a copy, which is making him crazy. Vanessa tries to tell him that his dad was right, but he gets even more angry. When Alex is about to shoot her, Martel jumps on him and the two of them fight over the gun. During the fight, the gun goes off by accident, killing Alex. Martel frees Vanessa and sends her back to the forest, telling her she doesn't belong there after saying goodbye to his brother. Then he deletes himself with the same gun. Vanessa spends the night in the tree arch and thinks about how she lost everyone she loves. In the morning, she tries to find the campsite again. Alex is dead nearby, which shocks her. He doesn't have a wedding ring, but he does have the mark of one, which means someone killed him and took it. When she goes to another universe, she sees a happy family having a good time. That makes her decide to sleep in the forest again. After a few hours, Alex finds her and gets the code word right. Vanessa sees that he has a ring on and figures out that he killed the other Alex to take his place. When she tells him off for it, Alex says that she also needs to find a new place to live. Then Alex takes the body of the other Alex to the entrance of the universe he chose and sets off the dynamites. He then runs to his new life. Vanessa stays as far away from the explosion as she can. During her break, another Vanessa approaches her and tells her about the problem with the other Vanessa. In fact, Vanessa is the one who split up with Alex, the killer. She's very sad about her son and doesn't want to go back to her own world, so she's thinking about killing the main character, Vanessa, to take over. In an effort to protect herself, the main character, Vanessa, grabs a rock and hits herself, killing her right away. When she realizes what she's done, she leaves and goes into the closest universe. Since the house still looks the same, she takes a shower and finally breaks down before going to bed. The bird is dead when she wakes up the next morning after it has hit the window. The new Alex makes her feel better when she goes outside, and this time Vanessa lets him kiss her and hold her hand. Vanessa gives in and goes upstairs after a cozy breakfast with Alex and Martel. This is now her new home. As soon as she opens the door, she is shocked to see a child's room. It's her child who is alive in this world. If you like this movie, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel.